Welcome back to Edu Skills. OET made easy. Our mission is to make you fall in love with OET. If you're watching this on YouTube, kindly consider subscribing to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like our work and share to your contacts so that we reach out to maximum number of OET aspirants, especially those who are financially struggling to crack OET. So reading and listening, since most of you have asked for this, I am going hand by hand, both together. So today, to select the correct answer, what are the 7 skills? First one, read or listen to the text or audio for gist. Read for gist or listen for gist. When you listen for gist. There are questions based on gist, means what the whole context speaks, the whole paragraph speaks, all the audio speaks. There is a gist, main crux given in the paragraph. Gist will help you to identify opinions. The whole idea, gist means the whole idea, the comprehensive idea will help you to identify the opinions of the writer or the person identified in the question. As I said, majority of the questions in C part, both listening and reading are based on opinions or views of the writer. Identify opinions by hedging words. Means the main words will tell you. For example, I believe, I suggest, or perhaps, maybe, probably. All these hedging words will indicate their opinions. Read or listen for emotions or subjective agreements. There will be emotional expressions or subjective agreements. And those agreements will tell you that is the opinion of the person. Look for opinions in the main clause. When there is a complex sentence, very long sentence, your answer will be definitely in the main clause, not in the subordinate clause. You hope you know what is subordinate or dependent clause and main clause or independent clause. So independent clause will have the answer, not the dependent clause. As it comes, I'll tell you how it is. Look for modal verbs and focus on the structure of the paragraph or the audio. Even the audio or the paragraph has a particular structure. Having an idea about the structure will help you to locate the answer. If you have any queries, you can stop me at any time, okay? Listening strategies or reading strategies, both same. You have synonyms. You should be competent in synonymous language, paraphrasing. And even today, today was a result day. Many of them, those who failed, were saying it was full of synonymous language and paraphrasing. Those who passed were saying that was so easy, it was synonymous and paraphrasing, and they're sharing their experience. So synonyms, synonymous language, paraphrasing, sequential expressions, chronology or time expressions, and scale, contrast expressions, negative meaning. So you should be able to identify what is synonym. Hope you know these things. If need be, in the Q&A, I will explain to you again. Synonymous language, paraphrasing, sequential expressions means secondly, thirdly, fourthly, finally. Those are the sequential expressions. And the chronology means the dates given or the ancient, modern, all those things will be there. And scale definitely, from starting from all, more, majority, many, few, a few, all those things. Contrast expressions, comparison and contrast, negative meaning. You might know the basics, different question types. The questions based on details or impressions, questions on attitude, opinion, conclusions, and all. All these are known as focus on views and opinions of the writer. These 4 questions, mainly you have to understand the opinion, views and opinions of the writer. Majority of the questions other than the lexical questions will be based on these views or opinions of the writer who is writing or the person who is quoted in the question. And the rest of them, 2 of them will be vocabulary type and reference type, lexical questions, vocabulary questions and reference questions. In each text, C part has 2 texts. Each text will have 2 questions each. Now, the 5 secret keys to OET success. Time is your greatest enemy. You have to defeat time. Your main target should be defeating your time. Okay, second one is guessing is not guesswork. There is a guesswork. Definitely there is a guesswork. It is not just guesswork. It's a smart guesswork, which I will teach you. And practice smarter, not harder. No hard work. We recommend only smart work. It's not doing a lot of materials, lot of hard work. It's just doing smart work, quality work. It's not the quantity that counts, but the quality. How many practices you have done, how long you have practiced for 5 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. It doesn't matter. But how quality your practice was. So focus on smart work. Prepare, don't procrastinate. Consistent practice is the success key. If you keep pending for a week or two, definitely you will suffer. Your competency will suffer. So even if it is 30 minutes or an hour every day, be consistent on your practice. Test yourself. Means at every stage, try to have your mock test. Test yourself with the institute or with the applications. You can definitely have your self being tested or your assessment. Golden rule is fall in love with OET. If you have to succeed, definitely you have to fall in love with OET, otherwise it will take you a long time. And I don't say you may not reach, but it will take very long and it will be too hard and it will be too stressful. And 7 tools to defeat your greatest enemy. Who is your greatest enemy? Time. So if somebody is giving you instead of 60 minutes, you are allowed to complete it in 6 days, definitely everybody will complete. So the competency depends on defeating the time. So 7 tools to defeat your greatest enemy, that is time. Make strategic eliminations. There are strategic elimination methods. Definitely, if you go to my YouTube channel, you will find all those 7 methods of elimination. For example, I can tell you, if there are absolute expressions, those answer options, immediately you can eliminate. For example, all, never, no one, such expressions, absolute we call it, the extreme end. Expressions are 99.9%, that will not be the correct answer. So you can eliminate them. Skimming techniques to save time. It's not that you scan and go deep into reading everything, but it's all skimming, that you have to just pass reading, just slide from important aspects to important aspects. So recognizing switchback words. You should be able to recognize the referent words. For example, they might say, this shows, this means what? They have explained something in the previous sentence and they are putting the reference here as this or it. So you should be able to recognize the switchback words, for which I will be giving examples. When truth doesn't equal correctness. Right answers are not correct answers in OET. Maybe out of 4 options, 2 options are perfectly right, but 1 will be correct. So the most important answer should be chosen. The golden rule is give the monkey exactly what he wants. Give the monkey exactly what he wants. Making logic work for you. There's a logic in everything. How to find out to reach the answer. So try to go logically, learn the things logically and avoiding the trap of familiarity. You might be knowing so many things since you are a health professional. They are asking on health topics. You will have familiar knowledge or you have a better knowledge, but then what is being given in the text or audio is the answer, not from your knowledge. Maybe you feel your knowledge, what you know is a better answer. You cannot read your knowledge into the text or audio, but then you have to select the answer as per the text or audio. And applying strategies to locate the answer. There are different strategies. And for listening as well as both reading and listening, you have almost like common strategies. There is no difference. Only one. In reading, you read and find out the answer. In listening, you listen and find out the answers. But the strategies are same. So once we are just getting into OET reading part C. Opinion questions. Skills assessed is contrast, scale, name versus opinion. Okay. Contrast, scale, and the opinion questions. We'll just see. Hope you will just listen to it. It's also a listening practice for you. Okay, listen critically. Now the system will be reading it for you. This reading and listening practice simultaneously.
13. The National Health and Medical Research Council guideline suggests a drinking more than 2 standard drinks a day. B. Drinking 100 milliliters of wine or 285 milliliters of beer a day. C. Drinking at least 2 standard drinks a day. D. Drinking 2 standard drinks a day or less.
How do you analyze this question? You can interact, no problem. If there is a name, if there is a name, first you have to highlight the name or underline the name, because the answer will be based on that particular name. There will be many names in the paragraph, but you have to find out answer based on that particular name which is mentioned. Now the council, an organization is mentioned here. It can be a name of a person. And this word is the hedging word here. Okay, hedging word in the question. Main word, suggests, means the opinion of National Health and Medical Research Council. That's what you need. Maybe you will have cancer. You see here, you have Cancer Council, but they are not asking the opinion of Cancer Council. They are asking, so your focus should be on NHMRC. That is National Health and Medical Research Council. What do they suggest or what do they say? Suddenly you have to find out that name, where the name is. Okay, you have it here, National
Health and Medical.
Yes. So immediately you can go and locate where the name is. And I said there is a contrast. This also speaks skill assessed is contrast. And as you listen to this text, try to find out the contrast word. Not what the but first one, but in between you have a contrast word. You'll be listening to this and identify. And as you know, drinking more than 2 standard drinks a day. Now they are asking, there is a suggestion how much you should drink. Wine or beer or alcohol. Is it safe to drink? If at all you are drinking, how much you should drink? It says, maybe let us highlight this. See the answers, you have to find out the heading words in the answers. See here, more than 2 standard drinks and drink 100 ml of wine or 250 ml of beer and at least 2 standard drinks and 2 standard drinks. This is another strategy that scale is being used here. So try to listen to this and find out of this how much is a safe drink for you. Okay, so that you can start drinking.
It's B, sir.
The message to consumers is that there is no evidence to suggest there is a safe level of drinking when it comes to cancer. However, given that the risk increases with amount, the Cancer Council suggests that anyone who wants to drink should stick to the National Health and Medical Research Council guidelines, no more than 2 standard drinks a day for healthy men and women. A standard drink is usually described as the equivalent of 100 milliliters of wine or 285 milliliters of beer, but it can vary depending on the alcohol content of the beverage.
Okay, what is your option?
It's B, sir. B for the.
B. B.
B.
B for ball.
Yes, G.
D for
The answer
daily.
is D. For
D. So you have a disagreement between B and D. That's
The
good to have
answer is
some
D, Father.
disagreement.
The answer is D.
D.
D, dance D.
Yes.
It's D because no
No
more than
Okay.
2 standard drugs a day.
Okay.
So
Now, to reach to this answer, even without reading the whole paragraph, I don't find it's feasible that you read the whole text and complete within that particular time. So that's why I said you have to use the strategies. Now, here one thing, if there is a contrast word in between the paragraph, what comes next is important. The previous portion is not important. So where is the contrast word here? What is the contrast word?
However.
However. So for sure, your answer will be after this contrast word. And the second option for you, second clue for you to find out this name. National Health and Medical Research Council. So now you know that name comes after this contrast word. Now the suggestion of this council, given that the risk increases with amount, the Cancer Council suggests that anyone who wants to drink should stick to the National Health and Medical Research Council guidelines, no more than
No more than
2
standard
drinks a day.
drinks a day. And even primary school students can find it out, right? So straight away it is given. So it's not whether you have found out the answer, how fast, how quickly you can find out the answer. So here, you know, Cancer Council says just follow the guidelines of National Health and Medical
Health
Research
and
Council,
Medical
which
Research
says no more than 2 standard drinks a day. No more than, see, the paraphrasing is given here. What is it? Drinking 2 standards of
Drinks a day or less.
drinks a day or less. No more
No
than
more than 2 standard drinks.
synonymous
Two standard drinks a day
synonymous of
for health and
synonymous language.
Synonymous
Synonymous means hope, you know.
No
Synonymous
more
of-
than.
Yeah,
No
synonymous
more
of
than.
no more than is
More than is less.
or less. Or
No
less.
more than
less
means
is a
less.
synonymous. No more than means less.
Synonymous. So less.
Yeah, that is synonymous. Synonyms means different words, same meaning. Synonymous means a group of words representing a word and a group of words. Paraphrasing means same sentence, same meaning, but different words are used to
Words
express
are
the
used.
same message. So what is important here, it's not that you have got the answer. Even while you practice your reading or listening, don't think of getting the answer. Don't worry, in the initial stages, you may not get the answer at all. But you should know how you got the answer and how you could locate without going into the details. Now, as you know, if there is a name, immediately you have to swoop into that particular area where the name is. Find out the name. and along with that answer will be there. So you need not read this whole portion, you need not read this whole portion if you just stick to that particular criteria. If there is a name, if they're asking for an opinion of a name, suggestion from a person or an organization, go to the name. And before that, even if you miss that, there is a however. If there is a contrast word, what comes prior to that contrast word is not at all important. What comes after the contrast word is important. The whole scenario changes. The answer will be in the later portion. So what is the topic sentence here? Do you have an idea about topic sentence?
Yes. The heart health benefits of alcohol.
So this is the topic sentence, heart health benefits of alcohol.
Alcohol.
So this will say, the whole paragraph will explain, is alcohol consumption beneficial to health? But then, the evidence is inconclusive. Immediately say the evidence is inconclusive. You cannot say whether it is beneficial. There is a doubt. Then they are giving opinions. They are giving the opinion of Cancer Council and National Health and Medical Research Councils. And one question that was to me is this: we wanted more material. Could you tell us where we can find more authentic materials? So if you don't find anywhere, you can log into app.eduskills.org.in, or you can go to the file segment of Edu Skills Telegram platform. You get only authentic materials over there. And definitely you can request the admins will help you with the materials. No issue for the materials. They are all free for you.
Thank you.
Now, again, I am stressing on this paragraph just to show you, see, more than the scale, 100 ml at least. There's a difference between at least 2 standard drinks means you can drink more than 2 standard drinks. Drinking 2 standard drinks a day or less means you should never drink more than 2 drinks. So that's a scale expression. So there are 3 names: Cancer Council, National Health Foundation, and
National Health and Medical Research Council.
Yeah. So there are 3 names. So you should be focusing on this particular name. However, suggests, you see same word in the question, it is here. Cancer Council suggests that anyone who wants to drink should stick to National Health Medical Council guidelines, no more than 2 standard drinks. See in the name, NHMRC, National Health and Medical Research Council. Contrast word, however, scale, more than 2, no more than 2, 2, at least 2. Okay, that is the scale. So just showing you how this strategy or structure helps you to understand. Not only this paragraph, a good deal of paragraphs will have the same strategy. If you are using the authentic materials, if you just become competent in these strategies, all the strategies, not more than 14 now, definitely you will not need anything else. You will definitely understand. So as I am showing you here, the same strategy, different topic, different concept, different ideas, different paragraphs, but the same strategy, you can locate the answer using the same strategy. So the signposts or the clues in this particular question is name, as I said, then contrast word, then the scale. Scale is this, see, more than 2 standard drinks, 100 ml of wine or 85 ml of beer a day, that is a standard drink. At least 2 standard drinks a day, not more than 2 standard drinks. So this is the scale, more than 2. This is 1 standard drink, this is at least 2, means again more than. This is more than, not more than 2 standard drinks a day, means maximum is 2. Yeah, maximum is 2. See, more than 2, no more than 2, at least 2. This is called scale. Are you able to understand these expressions? Even otherwise, answer is straight away there, but I am just giving you the idea. So, opinion, as I said, views, viewpoints, many of you have asked about the strategies to tackle reading and listening part C. Identifying the opinion by marker words. Marker words means, in my opinion, I think, say, believe, these are the marker words which will tell you this is that person's author's opinion. Or else you can identify them by hedging words. Hedging words means the words like probably, perhaps, maybe, likely. These are the words indicating that is the opinion of the writer. And otherwise read for emotions or subjective agreement. For example, compelling. It's really interesting. If the author says it is really interesting, means I agree with that. It's really compelling, means I go with this opinion. It's remarkable or worthy of attention, means when the author or writer uses these words, he is agreeing that with that particular opinion. That's a subjective agreement. Unfortunately, sadly, means his subjective agreement. Unfortunately, I cannot agree with you, or unfortunately, I disagree with you. So the other strategy I told you, look for opinions in the main clause. If you know a complex sentence, this is a complex sentence. See, this is a, you need, even for your writing, you need to use at least 2 complex sentences in your writing to get a good score. So you can use more than at least 2 complex sentences. You need a mixture of simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentences. And here, despite the countless challenges that the OET aspirants face in the low resource environment created by various service providers, OET remains the best hope for many health professionals in building up their future. If there is a question that will be based on this part, the best hope again is the comparison, is the scale. So here, what is the main clause or the independent clause? First part or second part?
Second part.
And second part. The rule is this: when you write a complex sentence, even in your writing subtext, if you are writing the dependent clause or the subordinate clause first, you have to mark this comma. You see a comma here, this one?
Yes, Father. Yes, Father.
Yeah. So this is dependent clause. But then if you are starting with the independent clause, no need of comma. Answer will be always in the independent clause or main clause. If they are giving this sentence, you will never have answer here. That tells you when there is a complex sentence, you can just ignore the whole portion, then go to the portion after the
sentence after the comma.
After the comma, just that portion after the comma. So that's how you defeat your greatest enemy, that is time. So you know the main idea is here, answer will be here. And also look for modal verbs: can, could, should, must. They will help you to locate the answers. We'll go to a listening, since you wanted listening as well. Okay.
You hear an optometrist reporting on some research he's been doing. Now read the question.
Now let's analyze the question. You hear an optometrist reporting on some research he's been doing. The aim of his research. What is the hedging word? Aim of his research. What is the aim of his research? To develop nanoparticles for transporting drugs. See, these are the hedging words or the main words. Transporting drugs. Then second one, transport drugs all over the body. To find a way of treating infections caused by contact lenses. Treating infections.
Infection.
The hedging word. Then to use contact lenses to administer drugs over time. Administer drugs. So these are the hedging words.
Hedging words.
So when you listen to the audio, when they give you the time to read the questions, you have to read these things and find out the hedging words and listen for these hedging words in the audio. Okay? And you know, aim of his research, you have to use the first method. In the sense, you have to foresee. Research means every research is trying to find out solution for some problem. Research means deep study to find out solutions. So there will be a problem presented and solutions presented. So optometrist is doing a research. Optometrist, immediately as you hear optometrist, you know on what will be doing the research?
On eye.
Optometrist on eye. Yeah, something related to eye. So that is what we call foreseeing. The first method, first step, foreseeing. So as soon as this context says optometrist is doing a research, he is going to do a research, something related to eye, health of eye. Eyes and eye health. Okay? So just listen.
When you hear an optometrist reporting on some research he's been doing. Now read the question.
I specialise in dealing with fungal eye infections. At present, treatment involves giving eye drops every hour for at least 2 weeks. I wanted to improve this process by designing a system capable of releasing antifungal drugs onto the eye over an extended period. Contact lenses are perfect for this, as their hydrogel structure has the ability to uptake and release drugs, and their placement on the eye ensures the drug gets released directly to the cornea. In order to make a contact lens provide drugs over a sustained period, I've modified the lens. I've also used nanoparticles for packaging the drugs. So, I've managed to create a system capable of delivering an antifungal drug, called nanomycin, for up to 4 hours. I now hope to increase this, and use this system with other drugs.
Any idea?
The answer is
Yeah.
C. C is the answer.
I'll go for C.
Because in audio, he
Yeah.
is saying that he has managed to solve a problem for a long period of medication. So that is why
Okay.
I think it's C.
Listen and read. Okay. If you know, I have been teaching the 7 steps of listening. In that, you are supposed to first you have to listen and find out the answer. Then read the script and listen to the script and try to, maybe if you have hard copy, you have to keep writing, circling, and all those things. Why? Because you are supposed to have the competency to do multitasking here. For example, you have to read the questions and the answer options as you listen to the audio. Then you have to mark the answer. So listening, reading, and writing, all these 3 tasks should be practiced together. Otherwise, you'll be really confused. That's why I said it's not just getting the answer. How you get the answer is important during your practice. Now, you have to find out here a problem, then a solution. Okay? He is doing a research. Just try to, if you can write down something on a piece of paper as you listen to, or remember just the structure of the paragraph. Problem, then what is next? Okay? There will be a point given. What is this designation? What is supposed to do? Then a problem will be stated. Then the solution will be given. Just listen and read. Okay? Starting from here, I specialize. So I will not go to the questions. I will go straight away to the next. Now listen and read and write down the problem solutions.
I specialise in dealing with fungal eye infections. At present, treatment involves giving eye drops every hour for at least 2 weeks. I wanted to improve this process by designing a system capable of releasing antifungal drugs onto the eye over an extended period. Contact lenses are perfect for this, as their hydrogel structure has the ability to uptake and release drugs, and their placement on the eye ensures the drug gets released directly to the cornea. In order to make a contact lens provide drugs over a sustained period, I've modified the lens. I've also used nanoparticles for packaging the drugs. So, I've managed to create a system capable of delivering an antifungal drug called nanomycin for up to 4 hours. I now hope to increase this and use this system with other drugs.
What is the main idea here?
So main idea is to treat
The fungal eye infection.
fungal eye infection.
Controlling idea?
Giving eye drops.
Yeah, that is the point. The main controlling idea is eye infections. Fungal eye infections. Fungal eye infections, you can say. That is the controlling idea of this whole paragraph. Okay, that's the main point. At present, there is a problem regarding fungal eye infections. At present, what is the problem?
Giving eye drops every hour.
Giving eye drops every hour, at least 2 weeks.
At least 2 weeks.
It's going to be a hectic task for the nurses or the caretaker that every hour you have to be there, right?
Yes.
You have to, I want to improve this process. So I want to find out a solution for this by designing a system capable of releasing antifungal drugs onto the eye over an extended period.
Extended period.
Okay.
Extended
That
period.
is going to be, that is the time. Okay. Contact lenses. What is the solution?
Contact lenses.
Contact lenses are perfect for this.
Perfect for this.
Okay, contact lenses are perfect for this. And as their hydrogen structure has the ability to uptake and release drugs, and their replacement on the eyes ensures the drug gets released directly to the cornea. In order to make a contact lens provide drugs over a sustained period,
They have modified the lenses. The changes they
okay,
need.
extended period and sustained period.
Sustained
An
period.
extended period, a sustained period.
And
I
sustained
have
period.
modified the lenses. So that's the
Lenses.
solution. Modifying
That is the
these
solution.
contact lenses.
Lenses.
How beautiful it is, see, the structure of the paragraph. Once you practice this way, analytically looking at the script, and then again you listen to the audio and find out the structure in the audio, then your brain gets accustomed to that. So it may take time. Maybe you require to practice one day, one audio, one question answer. But then do it analytically so your brain gets accustomed to that. As soon as you listen, you focus on these points. Okay. I have also used nanoparticles for packaging drugs. So I have managed to create a system capable of delivering an antifungal drug called nanomycin for up to
4 hours. 4 hours.
Up to 4 hours.
So time.
Again, you have the synonyms. Time.
Again, time.
An extended period, sustained period, up to 4 hours. I now
4
hope to
hours.
increase this and use this system with
This
other
and
drugs.
use the system for other
Again,
drugs.
yeah, conclusion is stressing
Is
that
using
this is my finding. I want to
this
improve this
my
again. I want to extend to other drugs.
with the other drugs.
So he is stressing and saying that this is my finding. Okay.
Finding.
This, yeah, you can find the same expression in the question statement as up to 4 years, extended period. Okay. Over time. See here.
Yes, over time. Over
The
time.
same word synonym is over time.
There.
So that itself tells you this is the answer. Okay. He is not speaking about transporting drugs. He to find a way of treating infections caused by contact. No. He's not speaking about.
He is using
He's
contact
speaking. Yeah,
lenses.
he's using contact lenses in a
to treat
he is using it in a positive sense, but this says
Yeah.
in negative sense. So to use contact lenses to administer drugs over time. So administering drugs is the key concept here. Administering drugs is the key concept. Problem is that every hour, as of now, you have to administer every hour for 2 weeks. So solution is extend that period. So this is the beauty of the paragraph. I'm highlighting it again. See, now there is no time. We can't spend so much time. You have to listen to the audio again. If you need, I can send you the PPT as well as the audio. Listen to it, close your eyes and try to identify this structure. Every paragraph, audio, as well as paragraph, your text has a structure. See, controlling idea. This is a topic sentence. I specialize in dealing with fungal eye infections. That is a topic sentence. The topic main idea of this paragraph. Fungal eye infections is the controlling idea. That idea controls the whole paragraph. Now, giving eye drops every hour is the problem. Then you have extended period solution, perfect solution, sustained period up to 4 hours. And in the question it is given. So you see synonymous language used. In the answer option you have correct option over time. Text repeatedly says extended period, sustained period up to 4 years. If you have attended my previous sessions, you know the key concept will be repeated in the paragraph. And even in your writing, identifying the key issues, the main issue will be repeatedly used in the case notes. Here as well, overtime is repeatedly used as extended period, sustained period, up to 4 hours. This is synonymous language. And contrast used here, giving eye drops every hour. Every hour contrast with overtime, extended period, sustained period to 4 hours. So every hour is opposite or contrast of overtime, extended period, sustained period to 4 hours. So there is a contrast between the problem and the solution. Hope you get me right.
Yes, Father.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
See overtime, extended period, sustained period up to 4 hours. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now you see the sequence or the structure. First, a point will be given, eye infections, fungal eye infections. Then the problem. What was the problem? Administering drugs every hour. And solutions discussed. Solution 1, solution 2.
Solution
Then
2, solution.
Yeah, maybe one solution or 2 solution, 3 or 4. It depends. But one of these solutions will be the answer. Instead of that, you can have a problem, then reasons can be discussed. Reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. One of these reasons will be the answer. Or you can speak about different classes, different groups. Group number 1, group number 2, category 1, number 1, category number 2, category number 3. One of those categories will be the answer. This is called cohesion or coherence in a paragraph or in an audio. Okay, this should be followed in reading, listening, and when you speak, you should have this in your speaking. And when you write your letters, all the paragraphs, every body paragraph should have this particular structure. Monologue structure. Point is research on fungal eye infection. I am repeatedly showing you this. It should get into your brain. So as you look at each paragraph, you should be reading or looking at this structure. So point is research on fungal eye infection. The problem is hourly administering of eye drops. Solutions discussed. One solution. What is that? Design system to administer eye drops over an extended period. Solution 2. Use of contact lenses for this purpose. Solution 3. Modify the lens for this purpose. And conclusion is that Designed a device capable of administering eye drops for up to 4 hours, and that is the answer. In the other way, topic sentence or the point is also known as the topic sentence. Specialized dealing in with eye infection. Then you have the supporting sentence, the problem. Already I have said. Then you have supporting sentence 1, solution is explained what I want to do. Then solution explained, perfect solution. Then developing sentence, evidence given. There is evidence in order to make a contact lens provide drugs over a sustained period. I have modified the lenses. Then conclusion. So topic sentence, supporting sentence, developing sentence. There's another way of looking at it. Topic sentence is the point, explanation is supporting sentence. Again, explanation 2 is solution. Explanation 3, solution explained. Evidence, developing sentence, illustration, evidence 2. Again, additional solution, link, conclusion. It's okay, putting in different ways, same thing. Point, problem, solution, illustration, conclusion. That is the structure of the monologue that we have seen. This can be put in other way, peel. Point is the topic sentence, that is the main idea or gist. When you have a gist-based question, answer will be in the topic sentence. So you need not read the whole paragraph. Then you have explanation of the main point, that is the supporting sentence explaining the main idea. Then you have evidence given, that is the example given or illustrations given, illustrate the main idea, that is the topic sentence. Then you have the link or conclusion. There is the main idea repeated, in other words, paraphrased. So this is the structure, we call it peel. Peeling a banana. Point, explanation, example, link. Paragraph structure or audio structure. This is what we said. Topic sentence, then you have a supporting sentence, then you have 1 or 2 or 3 developing sentences, which are the illustrations or evidences given. Then supporting sentence 2, again developing sentence. Listen to this, okay?
13. What does the author imply by saying the dreaded SAT might even be shelved too? A. That the SAT might be successfully passed. B. That the SAT might be suspended. C. That the SAT might be carefully organized. D. That the SAT might be failed. But there are other uses which we may or may not feel comfortable with. For instance, your child could have their brain scanned to track them at school. To study author Todd Constable, it might be used to say whether or not a candidate is qualified for a job or should pursue a certain career. Brain scans could tell who might be prone to addiction or what sort of learning environment a student might flourish in. School curriculum could even be changed on a day-to-day basis to fit students' needs. And the dreaded SAT might even be shelved too, in favor of a simple brain scan.
Now, what does the author imply? Hedging word. Imply means?
To show, to specify.
Yeah, to show or infer. Same expression as infer. What does the author infer? So if someone has attended my previous sessions, the strategy says when you have a word imply or infer, answer, where will be the answer in the paragraph?
The last part. In the last line.
Portion. The last portion. Infer or imply means deduction. Inference means induction or deduction. Deduction means from general to particular. At the end you say, the example usually I say, all human beings are mortal. Sahana is a human being. Therefore, Sahana is mortal. The answer will be the last sentence. So we cannot go detail into that. The SAT might be successfully passed. Now SAT is same, okay? SAT means Scholastic Assessment Test. Might be successfully passed. So the hedging words are successfully passed, suspended,
Fully organized.
carefully organized,
And failed.
might be failed. So what is the opinion of the author? If you start a brain scan, if you use brain scan for all the purposes, what will be the situation of Scholastic Assessment Test? Okay, now you know these are the hedging words we call. When you read questions, you have to read these first. You have to understand this. You have to find out one of these. Successfully passed, suspended, organized, failed. Passed, suspended, organized, failed. There are other uses which we may or may not feel comfortable for with. So what is the topic sentence? Other uses of brain scan. Other uses of scanning the brain. Okay, brain scan. That's why I said sequence is important. Since we don't have time, we can't take the whole text here. So we are going this way. So this is speaking, the whole text is speaking about brain scan, other uses. So what will happen, come in the paragraph? In the supporting sentence and developing sentence? Uses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 uses. Your child could have brain scanned for, scanned to track them at school. 1 use. See the structure of the paragraph I am explaining. To study author.
Study author.
Second use. Third one, used to say whether or not a candidate qualified for a job. For a job. These are the uses of scanning your brain and finding out whether you are fit for appearing for OET exam. Okay, no assessment required. Should pursue a certain career or should pursue, is it fit to pursue certain career. With one brain scan without OET, they can find out whether you are competent to speak in English. Brain scans could tell who might be prone to addiction. Okay.
Addiction.
Yeah, prone to addiction. Next use. Or, okay. See how beautifully the topic sentence controlling idea is explained. And or what sort of learning environment a student might flourish in. What should be the student's learning environment? Just scan his brain, you can find out. And what should be the school curriculum could even be changed on day-to-day basis to change the curriculum daily, even daily, to change the curriculum by scanning the brain. Today, this will be good for him. Do you understand? So, how many uses? But there are other uses. You may feel comfortable or may not feel comfortable. So, what are the other uses of brain scan? First one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth use, sixth use, 7 uses are given in this small paragraph. So beautiful, the structure. And the dreaded SAT might even be shelved to in favor of a simple brain scan. A dreaded SAT might be, SAT means Scholastic Assessment Test, will be shelved. Shelved means what? Keep inside the shelf and lock it, in simple terms. Now there is a comparison between SAT and brain scan. So will the SAT be upheld? Will it be suspended? Will it be carefully organized for better performance? Will it fail?
Successfully passed. Successfully passed.
Failed, I think.
Father, yeah. Carefully organized, father.
Successfully passed means SAT will be used, not brain scan.
B, father. Successfully organized.
B.
Come on.
The answer is C, father. C.
Imply, last sentence, read the last sentence. And the dreaded SAT, dreaded means negative. Dreaded SAT, hopeful OET. Now there is an option they are saying, we need not study for OET, you will have a brain scan instead of OET exam and they will have competency. Do you prefer brain scan or OET? Brain scan, yeah, definitely. So paragraph says same. So you have all the uses for brain scan. Then why should you have this scholastic assessment test? Students breaking their head, parents breaking their head, sending them for tuition, so hectic and so expensive, so stressful. Just go for a brain scan and your child's competency will be assessed. See, and the dreaded SAT might even be shelved to in favor of a simple brain scan. Simple brain scan will be opted.
Option B, father. B, father.
Okay. Yeah, option B. This is because, this is not because you don't have strategies. This is because your competency requires to be improved. There's a simple thing when you read, immediately it's understood. And dreaded SAT might even be shelved. Dreaded means it's negative. So OET, instead of the SAT, if you use OET dreaded, so OET might even be shelved to keep it away, suspend in favor of a simple brain scan. You know, dreaded SAT, you cannot say successfully passed. The SAT might be successfully passed. It says the dreaded SAT. Dreaded SAT means it's not positive, negative, carefully organized. No, we are not going to carefully organize it. The SAT might be failed. It doesn't say it is failed. It will be shelved. It will be kept in the shelf, closed and locked, not to take immediately, not to use immediately. It's cool. It's only language competency. That's not. These are referral questions, reference questions. See the competency assets here, text, and the dreaded SAT might be name and abbreviation is there, and language competency ability to understand the grammar, modal verbs, adjectives, might, question, text, and answer uses the modal verb might. See, might, and adjective dreaded is negative. If you know dreaded SAT, if you understand the adjective, the importance of adjective, you will definitely know SAT is not successful. Dreaded OET. Suggestion, function, author's view, imply says that is author's view. Suggestion, reference, vocabulary. Shelved means decide not to proceed with. Shelved means decide not to proceed with. Synonym, vocabulary. Shelved means suspended. That's why I said you should be competent in synonyms. Shelved synonym is suspended. If you know shelved synonym is suspended, immediately you know which is the answer out of these 4 options. Welcome back to Edu Skills. So it made easy. Our mission is to make you fall in love with OET. If you're watching this on YouTube, kindly consider subscribing to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like our work and share to your contacts so that we reach out to maximum number of OET aspirants, especially those who are financially struggling to crack OET. Yeah, another strategy I'll give you. Negative expression based questions. Skills assess model verbs, names or abbreviations, opinion, that means author's view, vocabulary, synonyms normally. Read this one. Now you see this is negative. So which of the following is not attributed to the lack of socialization means you have to select one. You have to select. The strategy is one thing, genre and particular, or brand name and generic. You heard of brand name in medicine, brand name and generic name. Do you know the difference?
Yes, Father.
Yes, sir. Brand
Yes,
name
sir.
and generic name. Generic name is actual and brand names is given by the companies.
Okay. Now this paragraph, next question is speaking about the which is the following is not attributed to the lack of socialization. See, here 3 things speaks about diseases. Yeah, now 3 options speaks about premature death, risk of heart disease, risk of neurodegenerative diseases. So they speak about diseases. One option is does not belong to that particular brand. So what doesn't belong to the brand will be the correct answer because it's negative expression based not is used. Do you get me? 3 are on condition, connected with some condition, whereas the fourth one, the first one is a different category. This is a criteria they use in many questions. See, evolved bodies is cause of solutions, and all other 3 are the effect of being lonely. As per the paragraph, we will be reading the paragraph. You see, our bodies should have evolved in such a way as to promote social interaction. Social interaction is the effect. Bodies evolution is the cause. Let's check to see this. Okay. Now you know the questions, so we will just read. Okay, we'll go. Let's listen to this. Okay. See the beauty of it.
7. Which of the following is not attributed to the lack of socialization? A. Evolved bodies. B. Premature death. C. Risk of heart disease. D. Risk of neurodegenerative diseases. One of humankind's great advantages has been that we band together to accomplish more than we can on our own. You might expect that our bodies would have evolved in such a way as to promote social interaction, and you'd be right. Studies are revealing that those outside the pack, the lonely, are 25% more likely to die prematurely. According to writer, the chronically lonely wind up with more heart disease, more metastatic cancer, and with higher risks of stroke and neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's.
So the question is asking which of the following is not attributed to lack of socialization, means being lonely. So what is the effect of being lonely? First one, die
prematurely.
Die prematurely. Okay. Second one,
And wind up with more heart disease.
heart disease. Second one, yeah, the heart disease. Third one,
Higher risk
metastatic cancer,
neurodegenerative
stroke, and neurodegenerative diseases. So you have premature death here, die prematurely, which is not included in the paragraph is our question, right? So premature death is there. Risk of heart disease is here, right? Heart disease. Wind up with more heart disease means risk of heart disease. Then risk of neurodegenerative diseases. It is here. This is here. So these are the effects of being lonely. Lack of socialization means being lonely. These are the effects. Evolved bodies. You just see that expression. You might expect that our bodies would have evolved in such a way as to promote social interaction. And you'd be right. Means that is the cause. Evolution of body is the cause. Effect is social interaction. Promotion of social interaction. This one is cause. All other 3 are effects. One method. All these 3 are connected with conditions, disease conditions. Whereas evolved body, evolution of bodies is not a decision, right? Not a disease or a condition. Do you get me? So these 3 belongs to one category.
Yes,
this does not belong to that category. Sometimes they give you brand names, 3 brand names, 1 generic name, then generic name is the answer. Or if they give 3 generic names and 1 brand name is the answer. If 3 brand names and 1 generic name is the correct answer. If 3 generic names and 1 brand name is there, whatever is given 1 will be the right answer. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Father.
That's how even without read you can conclude the answers if you know the things, the options. In such questions, definitely you can get into that cause and effect. Now comparison and contrast. You just go here. Okay. What aspect does Professor Cole consider when he investigates the consequences of loneliness? So the editing word is consequence of loneliness. Now consequence of loneliness. Psychological, bio-behavioral, molecular, medical. Can you make a differentiation as I said now? Are there general things and a particular thing?
Molecular.
Yeah, molecular is, molecular. We are just predicting, okay, from the strategy we are predicting because these are 3, psychology is a big brand and bio-behavioral is a big brand, medical is a big brand, whereas molecular is the atomic, small, tiny thing. Just listen, okay? Just listen and listen first part, second sentence and see the beauty. Listen to the second sentence after the topic sentence.
Lately, scientists have been learning about the biological ramifications of loneliness. Steve Cole is a professor of medicine, psychiatry and behavioral sciences at the David Geffen School of Medicine at UCLA, and director of the UCLA Social Genomics Core Laboratory. He's been working on this at the molecular level since the early 2000s, aided by data from the Human Genome Project. His interest had been triggered by a report on the survival rates of gay men with HIV. It appeared that closeted men died much more quickly than those who had come out. The main discernible difference between the groups was that closeted subjects were more worried about ostracization and rejection.
Any idea?
No, Father.
The consequence of loneliness, ramifications of loneliness, synonyms, consequence and ramification. Ramification is synonym. Consequences, ramifications is the synonymous. Ramification means consequences. Biological ramification of loneliness. What are the consequences of loneliness? The topic sentence speaks about consequences of loneliness. See, Steve Cole is a professor of medicine, psychiatry and bio-behavioral science. Do you find anything strange there? 3 options are here. Psychology, psychiatry, bio-behavioral and medicine. They are saying he is a professor of these 3 departments. Okay. Now, as you have seen, what is his concern? Here, you have to identify the what aspect does Professor Steve Cole consider when he investigates. What aspect? That's also important. What aspect? So, one aspect. They are asking for one aspect, not one brand or big department. So, here, they are asking for an aspect. So, psychology and biobehavioral and medical medicine are 3 departments. And he is going to study about one aspect of one of these departments. So here, and director of the UCLA, see, you can, as I said, whatever is between the subject complements, you can just ignore. All these things you can ignore if you want, so that you can defeat time. He has been working on this at the molecular level. What is this? On these departments, on molecular level aspect. Did you get me?
Yes,
yeah. So what I'm telling, if you are competent, you need not read the paragraph at all. If you can identify between these 4 options and you find out 3 are big departments or branches, and 1 is particular will be the answer. If 3 are particular and 1 is brand, which will be the answer?
Brand will be
the answer. Brand will be the answer. And definitely you will have such questions in your exam. Damn sure.
Okay.
So biological ramification of loneliness is the gist of the paragraph, and you have to, as I said, name is there. So you can immediately go into that name, consequences, ramifications. This, yeah. Then closeted man means loneliness, lonely people. Closeted man, closeted subject. All this means loneliness, synonymous expressions. This ramification of loneliness. This means ramification of loneliness. Consequence of loneliness. Name is Steve. Cool. I think We can stop with that. If you have some queries, you can get into it. And I want to tell you, my Edu Skills YouTube channel has more than 300 videos. You will never ever find such resources, but the full explanation. You have all the 4 modules, all the strategies explained in different videos. Definitely you can access them. They are all free. If need be, I will give all the links together in a single form, and you can just click on the links and reach the videos. If you watch them all, definitely I know you will not come here to listen to me, because I have talked almost everything over there. Those are not just videos, they are the previous sessions uploaded. Previous Zoom sessions uploaded on 4 subtests. Like we have contrast word based questions, you have gist based questions, you have topic sentence based questions, you have detail based questions, which is in the supporting sentence, opinion questions. All those are the different types of questions. There are different criteria. Those things also I have explained in my channel, and there are typical types, and only such types will be asked.
Thank you, sir.
If you find my smile attractive, we'll meet again.
Thank you, Father.
Yes.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you so much, Father.
Thank you, Father.
Father,
God bless you all.
It was very interesting and very, very, very informative session. And thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy schedule. Thank you so much. God
You're
bless you.
most welcome. Most welcome.